Hey, I got something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain, but hitting bottom is the only way to change. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling, bitch.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I don't know how we're going to go about that. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to CryptoEMC. Today, we're going to be talking altcoins. Altcoins only. No BS, no predictions. We're just going to do straight up TA and look at a few things. And in doing so, Lee broke his camera. So today, Lee has got a pretty monkey face there. And so we're going to have
speak to my avatar.
Yeah, don't speak to Lee, speak to his avatar. I like it. Okay, buddy. So TA. So we're going to get aggressive and quickly on that. I think while we're at it, I see we've got our first CryptoEMC mantra that got highlighted. Let's see. Is it the first one? I just want to make sure. I don't want to... yeah, there's the first one, but you've already done it. So those guys can't keep on posting and get the first slot. So we're going to have to go with Hydro, probably Hydro 13. But if you want to be backstage Friday, please get in contact with our Telegram channel, Twitter channel, CryptoEMC _EMC, and Joe will get all the information to you. So, and then you can join us backstage Friday. CryptoEMC fundamentals give me a reason. TA manages the risk, and we act time appropriate to have a neutral mindset. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So let's remove that pull up, Lee. While we're at it, I'm going to bring up your screen. Let's quickly see what you've got going for us there.
Already, that's the first all that I pick up from the comment yesterday. All right, so we look at Fantom. What can I say? Fantom from the previous high come back. I think we went to 90% retrace. So if this is a correction pattern, now we're coming down. Unfortunately, I can only see 3 waves down here. So if the Elliott wave count is correct, I'm looking still at the last wave. I mean, for me, it needs to go in one last correction down. If they're gonna be a truncated fifth or another wave down and to make a lower low, what I'm looking at is as well, there is a lot of double, triple bottom, whatever you want to call it. There are a lot of stop losses here below this level at 123. So if I want to grab more Fantom, this is definitely the area there I will put buy limit just in case. We never know. To grab some more Fantom towards this $1 between 1 and 123 because I'm hunting these stop losses here. On a short term, if you want to take this move here, we come back to this golden zone. If you have taken this trade here at top, middle, and here at the bottom, we did hold this low here, come back up on average. That's why you have to ladder in. You have this average price. Now you should be above your average price. So I would say, you know what, if you don't make a higher high at that level at 214, it's wise to take some profit and put your stop loss at break even.
Yeah, that's the main thing. So you're going to have to then manage it. So what do you do, Lee? Zoom into that last bit of price action where that higher high is. Give us a value so that everybody can just dot that down. That's maybe driving or listening into the office.
That last one was at $2.15 area on that Binance exchange. Okay. So if you fail to make a higher high on that move here, it's on a daily. It doesn't look so nice in my opinion. So even though at that level here we are raising this supply zone. So if they don't manage to kill this supply and make a higher high, it's really wise to take some profit here and at least put the stop loss at break even.
Okay, great.
And after I've done this analysis, I like to come back to maybe this chart. That's a Fantom, especially a chart for Fantom. And as you can see, I've got some level here, and I like to use my tool to give me some kind of confirmation without any analysis. You can see that this week went exactly to one of the support line. I don't know if you can see that line. And my next support line,
but we can see it at least. Just give me the value.
That was the lowest around 130 here.
It's a price value.
Price value 130, and then my next line will be at 106. So if I have to trade, I will put maybe a buy order at 106, and then the line below that, it will be at 0.86 cents. Somewhere within this
And
area.
that's actually not trade. That's your dollar cost average buying every week type of scenario. If you go to that area, that would be a real
based on that, yeah. I mean, there's two narratives or explanation on that, because, like I said, those are all the stop losses that are here. So if that candle runs to wick below and stop everyone out, empty the bus, and with the help of this tool here, I can see there's one line here at 106, and I'm gonna do dollar cost averaging down on those levels. You can see in the past, I mean, those levels work pretty well.
So everybody, please go to your Fantom chart, hit an alert there, and just draw a line there, put an alert on it, and then let the market tell you what it wants to do. Maybe it goes and gives us a higher high, then great. If it doesn't, that's going to be your next point of attack. So I love it, Lee. So that's Fantom. Is there anything else? Can we wrap it up and move on to the next coin?
Or maybe just to add, if we make a higher high, you can see the next line using that tool will be at $2.42. So if by any chance we make a higher high and come back at $2.42, that's also a good area to take profit if we manage to make a higher high.
Okay, cool. So if that higher high alert gets triggered, you can be a little bit patient and wait for a minimum $2.42 to start taking some gains. Remember, guys, if you don't become part of the resistance, you never get to buy the support because you won't have money. Simple as that. Lee, I really love it. Thanks, buddy. Next coin. Let's move it. What do you have there for us? Solana.
I've got Solana. So Solana, from the all-time low to the all-time high, we're just above this year range. We were straight in this dollar cost average range. So what happened here? We made a low, all right, above the support, come back, made a lower low. RSI give us a nice bullish divergence. Now price is going up, and I've put a yellow line here. I want to see Solana going above this line, this 105.71, to make a temporary high. If that makes a high, gives me more confidence that this low is in. But on the other side, what do we have? We have higher high in RSI compared to this pivot here, compared to what the price was here at 121. So right now at $100 and 4 and change, we have a bearish divergence forming. So if that hidden bearish divergence is forming, if that plays out, chances are we can also come to make a lower low. And my next level, if you base on Fib, will be at 57 on a daily chart. And yes, it is really low. So 57 will be a level that you have to keep an eye on it if you want to buy this dump. Yeah, so same case scenario, Solana. I really want to see a higher high on that candle here, and the best is if you can go above 122. That gives us a nice bullish momentum.
Okay, Lee.
So
the question that I think everybody's asking: so why the hell, if you give us bearish divergence, are you saying that you're interested in this? What would be the reason why you would be looking at that, even though everything at this stage is pointing negative? Why are you looking at this?
Why I'm looking at this? I mean, first of all, I mean, the price of Solana, it is a really good buy zone between $100 and 57, because on a daily time frame, this is the DCA range, the reload zone. This is where all those institution smart money are accumulating the coins, buying more. So, but on this TA, just only based on TA, basically based on what you don't know if the alt season is. I mean, yesterday we said alts were looking, all the alts were looking really weak still. So on a daily time frame, we still haven't made any higher highs compared to the previous bearish structure, even though we are really close here. So let's see what Bitcoin is gonna do today. If Bitcoin, like I said, goes to above 46, all those alts, I believe, it's gonna try to manage to make a higher high. So that is the first higher high that I'm keeping an eye on it, 105. And if that's, but basically this is the real pivot for me at 121. Okay, if it goes on the 121, I will be comfortable to buy the retrace on that one. If not, I'm just saying on a daily chart, there is still a probability that we can still go one level lower to that basically below this 74, even 60, 66 kind of zone.
Okay, so the prognosis is this one is in a really good investment area. Generally, the momentum is at what we are looking at as a possible change, which means that we'll move into a lateral accumulation. We can start gathering, and in that process, lateral patterns make for easy trading. That would be the goal, to grab a little bit of easy trade, make some free USD, and then buy and see where this thing then goes into the future.
Let's see what these tools indicators giving me. That was the previous support, 80. Okay, we went below 80 at 75, and kind of losing that support, and the next even pixel perfect entry would be at 67. So that would be a nice buy for me at 67, and the next level below that will be at 57. And above that, we have resistance at 115, and the next one will be 138.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Right, next coin. Let's quickly go through them. We're already 10 minutes in, only 2 coins down.
Next coin. I've seen a lot of comment on Luna. So Luna, what we have from this all-time high, we retraced to that kind of level. I think before we started the show, I even had the level here at 43. It did get hit. Now we went back. So is this a bullish move or is this a bearish move? Okay, I'm seeing a little bit of retrace here. Why? Because from this all-time high to this all-time low, you put a fib, you have exactly this 90% retrace. 90% retrace, guys, in order to wave, it is a level for a flat correction. What is a flat correction? It's basically just an ABC. Okay, A, down, B, up, and C, down. Okay, that will be a flat. So what is the characteristic of a flat? 3 wave. A is 3 wave. All right. B can be anything. And C, we need to see 5 wave down. So if that Luna plays this Elliott theory, 90% is a good place to take profit. An expanding flat, it goes to 123, which is 117. So that will be another level. If they delete this level here, goes above all-time high, where to sell at all-time high. So my first area to look for is already here at 123. And basically that flat scenario will get invalidated if you go above 1618, which is at 141. Okay. So is it a good place for me to buy Luna at that right now? I don't think so. That was a good place to buy, but definitely not here at 90. So no, that's the short analysis on a daily time frame. So
okay, what do you have next for us?
Luna, and then Luna, if you see how I like to do my TF first, and then I like to come back for investment and then look at those level here. So now if I've got my 90 level who got hit exactly, and then there's a line here as well, 96. Okay, so if you're coming back and test those retrace, those are the level that I'm definitely gonna watch. You can see also there's a lot of imbalances left behind, maybe 68 or even 60 for a correction on Luna. Okay.
I think your next one is MATIC. Let's quickly have a look at MATIC. If I look at your list there.
Yeah, MATIC.
Now, while that loads, I want to just say to everybody, what we did is Lee looked at 10 coins, I looked at 10 coins, and the idea is we didn't discuss any of these coins with each other. So I've got my different views, and some of the coins are coins in his list. So I'll be way quicker, but I'll be sharing some of my thoughts as well afterwards.
Okay. So MATIC, if I'm only taking the last bullish move from 62 cents to this all-time high, all-time high, I think it was all-time high to 92. We did retrace here. Coming back to the 618 zone. Okay, that was a good zone to buy. Notice that I've got this blue line, which is this really uncomfortable buy. I actually like that line here because, below that, assuming that you have a lot of stop losses here. So if everything has to retrace once more, this blue line at $1 will be really a good grab for MATIC, you know. And there is still a small imbalance area here between 83 and 70. And on that move here, we are far from making another higher high. Higher high will come with 188. So until that move is not done, if you did grab this kind of entry here, yeah, be really careful, because I mean, I think Bitcoin is a little bit overextended on that move. If everything has to retrace one more leg down, this will be really the area that we're gonna have to look for at, you know, MATIC around $1. So that's my analysis on that. I'm just gonna check from that move here, coming back, and if I have to put a flat level on the fib. So in that one, we did not really stop at 90% and not even at 123. So that is not valid. And let me just check the support line with that indicator. So if you look at this indicator, there is already a resistance line here, exactly at that green candle at 170, 160 something. So that is the first level of resistance. If we go above this level here, my next resistance level will be at 198. So this $2 could be a psychological number here. Okay, so that will give us another higher high, but $2 basically will be a nice place to take a little bit of profit, because we can even go there and then smash it down another level down. On the way down, we have, I have $1.222, and the next level will be $1.042. And that chart looks similar to, what was it, Fantom or Solana? I mean, you have this bullish divergence, bring us 3-wave up, okay? And now you start to print on a daily chart, you start to print a hidden bearish divergence. So if this bearish momentum is not finished, then this hidden bearish divergence we're still gonna play. RSI is gonna come down, price is gonna maybe make a lower low, but RSI should make a lower low, and that will give you the strong bullish divergence to start the next wave up.
Thanks, buddy. Let's go on. What's the next one you've got there?
Don't you want to share a little bit of your chart? Or you want me to go through all of them?
Okay. Get through yours so I can still have hopefully a little bit of time left. I'll be way quicker than you.
All right, VeChain.
Let's quickly have a look.
VeChain. So all-time low to all-time high. We went back. We went even below the 786 fib line. So that box should be the 786 and 887 line. Okay. So what do we have? Exactly a lower low. RSI did make a higher low. So this could be the strong bullish divergence that's gonna bring the strong bullish momentum that's gonna change this bearish momentum here. So that was a really good grab. So if we miss that one, now what we are looking for, I wanna see on that one, I wanna see a higher high. You know, no rush, a higher high. We will be still at that. In that case, we'll be still within this 618 and 786 zone for investment entry. So if I see a higher high here, come back, I will really keen to buy again at that level for the third leg up. So if that is the 1-2, now this is the third wave, that will be a really nice grab. But I need to see a higher high. So I'm gonna put a higher high here at 0.69, wait for this confirmation and buy the retrace for the next leg up. And on VET, what do I have as a level by using this tool? So that was exactly hit at 42 cents. Notice that then the next resistance will be at 71, 72 cents around this area, but that will be enough to make a higher high. If that gets hit, come back, I will buy the retrace. Okay. If by any chance we lose our support, this 887 line will be at 32 cents. And this indicator is giving me 0.025 cents. So, but I like that. I like this strong bullish divergence more than those other divergences.
Awesome.
Okay. Next
let's
one.
move on. What do you have there? You've got Cardano coming up next. Let's quickly have a look at this.
Yeah, Cardano. Cardano finally is sitting in this
My problem
618,
child.
78. finally sitting at 618 and 786 zone. This year range. Good area to buy. Good area to ladder in. If you're looking only at this kind of level, you can stay a little bit longer within this area. You can even go a little bit below, but this is basically for long term. It's really a good area to buy. What do we have? Cardano. We don't have any divergence on a bigger daily time frame yet. So I'm waiting for higher high. The first higher high that you're gonna see is $1.11. I would love to see a higher high goes to $1.25, and if you see a higher high coming back, definitely buy the retrace. It is really in a good zone to buy Cardano. As you can see here in the past, what the market maker has managed to do, all those buys and buys and buys. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and even 5 here. There's all those stop losses. So people are putting their stop here, thinking that we're never gonna go below again. Come back, stopped everybody out, and now price just need to go above this area to confirm that the smart money has got enough Cardano at this level, and they are ready to go up. So Cardano, I like that chart. Everyone should be out. Everyone, not maybe everyone, but a lot of people should be already out. And then they had just a little bit of this opportunity to buy back. And what we have in Cardano as level. So this is the level here. The first resistance level that I have, I'm just gonna delete this box so we can see a little bit better. First level of resistance, $1.020. We kind of went there with that candle here. Coming back, if they wanna come back and retest this area, that will be your 50% of that week's order. Let me make it bigger. So this area here, there's a strong, this week, if you put 50% on your fib or even go a little bit above that, would be like 78. If there's another retrace coming back, if Cardano is gonna hold this retrace stronger than than the other coins, that'll be the 78.1, and the next level down will be 59.7. It sounds really cheap at this kind of level, but we never know. But for now, like I said on BTC, nothing's really bullish until we're above 46 on BTC, and those all needs to give us a higher high. Okay.
Lee,
if you look at the trend line, the trend line is not broken yet, and the momentum is still bearish on that. If you only look at the trend line,
no, that's true.
From down.
Let's maybe change.
We used to say it's not ready.
I want to quickly bring this up. Is it a good moment to sell part of my alts to farm more coins? Well, I just want to quickly say this. You don't farm coins in a bull market. You farm coins in a bear market, which means is I don't trade my investments and I don't invest in a trade. So all fine, quote speeches. But think about it this way. If you get it wrong once, say we get it wrong, now you're out unnecessarily. So I don't like to farm any coins while I know that there's a long-term up market. Let my coins be and let they do their job, okay? When there's a bear market, a proper bear market, you know how much discount there'll be. You will have enough time to get out, sit on your hands for a year or two, maybe if we go through a winter, and then you'll probably 10x, 20x more tokens when you buy back. That's proper farming. I don't need 5% or 3% more coins. That amount of risk is not worth it. So if you trade with the goal to make more dollars. If you farm, wait for a long bear market on the macro scale of Bitcoin to farm. And maybe let's just scratch that because we taught you guys, we haven't seen a bear market. Wait for a crypto winter to farm. Bear market means on the macro scale, Bitcoin makes a lower low than the previous one, which means Bitcoin goes below 3,800. So we're not even close there yet. Then we look at farming again. And then there's another question I just want to bring up, Lee, is did you guys buy Telos? So I'm just going to quickly bring up my screen and explain to you what I did with Telos. And then we take it from there. So Telos, can you see my screen? No. Now, can you see my screen? Lee?
Yes,
Must be.
yes.
Okay, great. Okay, cool. So tell us, what did we do? This was our buy zone. So yes, we bought Telos. We bought Telos at 80. I said I wanted to buy at 85 up to 75. That's my buy zone. So it went into my buy zone and it basically just tickled the top of the buy zone. So there's still unfilled orders at the bottom, but I'm going to leave that because if Telos now proves to me it wants to continue on, I can then say, okay, right, well, I'll add to my positions on this trend line or this demand line as time goes on. So I bought my Telos. First area where I would have wanted to add is an aggressive, say we want to push up and start moving on, Bitcoin goes and starts getting more aggressive, would be at around 98 cents. But for that, you need to understand that you're going to have to carry a lot of risk, minimum all the way down to at least 94, 92 cents of a stop limit if you want to grab that buy. So it's something that you guys are going to have to calculate for yourself if you want to add that. So if you didn't grab the buy when we asked, or when we basically explained to it, that's not the most optimal buy. That's more a trade. So this was my getting into Telos. I didn't own any Telos. One thing that I just want to say, later this week, we will tell you how to stake your Telos and earn about 15% APY. Which means if I'm going to buy this and I'm going to hold this for a long period of time, I would rather want to stake it. Nice area where I can earn some interest on it as well. You know, that would be always free money. It's always nice. Okay. So I think that's the basis for Telos. Lee, is there another important gem that you maybe want to share, or can I quickly then run through the coins that I want to do?
I still have 3, but you can do you can do your coins. I've got XRP, Arweave, and RUNE left. But we can leave it for next day.
Give us the buy. Just where would you want to grab them? I've got your XRP chart open. Where would you want to grab XRP?
Well, XRP, we did make a short-term high. If that is the buy, okay, and we don't make a higher high, stop loss at break even, take a little bit profit. This will be kind of a trade. We are sitting in this DCA range. It's a really nice area to buy. My blue line, I'm just looking at this double bottom here. It's really too tempting to go below this level. If they go below this level, my next buy will be at 41 cents, 94, and below that. So that will be my next buy on XRP.
Okay, and the next one? What do you have? AR.
Yeah, ARWI. So we had this bullish divergence. We went to 786, really good, nice area for 618 and then 7axis area to buy this. Now I'm just waiting for this 42. Okay, for me, this is not really a buy right now. If you miss that one, or you can DCA here, but I want to wait for another higher high and then come back and buy the retrace. If you do change the trend, this trend is still bearish. There's nothing, not really a nice buy on a smaller time frame on that level. Bigger time frame, this is a really nice DCA range between 39 and 25. And
it's a bigger time frame. If you guys want to park a few dollars somewhere and start stacking up tokens or coins, that is what it means by that. Trading wise, it's not a good trade just yet. We want to let one go, make the high and come back and grab it. Similar to what we did with Bitcoin. Bitcoin fell to our target. Then we said, well, you go show me a higher high. Gave us a higher high, came back to 34. We bought. Simple analysis. What do you have here? RUNE.
RUNE. So RUNE went to, how many level tests? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On that Binance, I didn't see a lower low compared to this previous support here. So, and then we have a nice push up. I don't know on that one. I will be definitely buying below this line here, below the stops at $3.021. So I will try to grab anything below this $3.21 because there's so many stops I can see by looking at the chart that people are putting the stop losses here that did defend this area here, had a nice push up. So that left a lot of imbalance area. But if they come back down to this level, I don't know on that one. I think that will be a really, I would trade it at that level at $4, but I wouldn't be surprised if you go below $3 for those stop losses.
Okay. Well, the thing is, like we normally say, we don't really like to trade our opinions. So the TA gives us an area there. When it gets there, we're going to have to grab it. whether we feel that it can go low or no, because you might get wrong. And you have to. There's no such thing as taking an opportunity without risk. So the idea is just to know that, understand that there might be limitations, and grab it while it's there, and maybe it becomes a Luna and it just keeps on running away from you. Then you will be in the corner kicking the hypothetical cats again, and nobody likes to do that. Okay, Lee, can we jump over to...
You can, but with the help of my tool, I mean, $2.72, that would be a really nice buy on RUNE. And the next level would be $2.41.
Okay, cool. So you've got those areas there. But I mean, that's a very, very scenario, and Bitcoin's going to have to really punish the coins in essence for us to try and grab it there. But regardless of it, there might be horrible news at that stage. That would be an opportunity for you to then grab some more in that scenario. Okay, Lee, I'm going to quickly then just grab the screen here. I've got MATIC. So for me, the big thing is long-term, MATIC has not been trending down. So MATIC's still in an uptrend for me since we looked at it, MATIC. And we've drawn out our axis on previous occasions. We've drawn our demand line on previous occasions. So everybody should have probably have replicated their chart. So what did MATIC do? Well, MATIC did make a lower low at this stage. But remember, the game is a little bit different with this one. It's not trending down. There's no change of character required. You want to buy a bottom. Different game plan here. So MATIC did make a bottom, and for me, the hypothetical next buy for that bottom is going to be at $1.34. This is an aggressive. This is completely different to what Lee said, but it's aggressive. It's based on the fact that MATIC's been trending up the whole time. So $1.34 would be a steal for me, and knowing that I can get away with a stop limit below $1.20, thereabout, which means you just measure the risk accordingly, and make sure that if you get stopped out, that it doesn't wreck your trading capital. Okay, so that's the thing. And as you can see, MATIC's at this stage getting up to key momentum change levels. So if it breaks these diagonals and it gets above it, you know, that's going to be another telltale buy signal for a lot of retailers. And what does retail traders do? They lose. So when retail traders, retail traders, sorry guys, when retail traders buy, normally you have them shook out. So then if that's the case, we might then adjust the buy. So be patient, buy everything always on your terms and not on what the market gives. That's, I think, the first best rule that you can always do. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Luna. My thoughts on Luna, pretty similar to Lee's. At the end of the day, it's a take profit coin for me now. It's no longer a buy or anything else like that coin. Personally, I think if we can get a quick shakeout down to about 69.40, that would be an area where I would maybe grab a little bit more. And but then I will be holding my breath because I would want to see a higher high. Say if Luna pulls back from now. Otherwise, that buy will probably fail and we start making lower lows in Luna. Just something to take in consideration, guys. How many coins are trending strong? Do you guys know? If I were to say name 5 coins trending strong, would you be able to do it? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. And the reason why I'm saying this is simple. If there's only 2 or 3 coins really moving strong, ask yourself why, if the rest of the market's going badly. Is it a case that money might be fleeing to these coins now? And you have this opportunity buyers again. And once that then runs its course and the rest of the market starts settling, will that money maybe then want to go back and try and buy the next dip? And that's normally what happens with these coins that run, almost broken free from the rest of the market. Once the rest of the market wakes up, those coins take a little bit of a pounding because people will be taking profit on that. So just keep in mind on that. All right. Next coin. Let's move on to the next coin there. LUKSO. LUKSO, we had a nice trade on LUKSO a while back. And I had my add to my LUKSO buy zone over here. But I mean, Bitcoin did a real mess on us, which was at around, add to LUKSO was around $13. And it fell down and it made a lower low. Now, LUKSO for me, I don't know why, but it just gives me all the signs that it really, if it gets around this resistance that I'm drawing in around the axis, it's going to be doing really well. So my buy zone for LUKSO will be sitting at around this range of around, let's say, below $12, we can look at it around at $11.70 all the way down to about $10 too. Now, the reason why I would want to buy that is based on the fact that if we get this break of momentum, you might just get that retail and people might chase the price. So that's going to be the area. And I like it because, like Lee says, well, that's where everybody's stop limits will be. But if I buy that, that's kind of where everybody's stop limits will be hiding. So I'm going to be buying some of their stop limits. And that's always a nice buy. So LUKSO for me as a continuation, because when this thing jumps, and if this thing jumps, let's say, then for me, there's wrong tool. Let's just measure the tool. There's a possible 80% upside there with very little resistance sitting around that level with a nice rain of stop limits for shorts or supply exiting the market at around key areas just to help price up. So I quite like LUKSO for that reason. If we move over to the next one, Verasity. Now, Verasity, no higher high. We had a change of momentum. The last time we looked at it, I said to you guys, well, look at it when it changes momentum. It didn't make a high. Guess what? It made a lower low. So Verasity, the targets are still there. But until we do that, I'm just going to sit on my hands with this one. Brilliant, nice. Let somebody else revel at their gains. But I want to get in at least when I can manage the risk. Simple as that. So Verasity is going to be where I'm going to leave it there. So Kadena, same thing. When I look at this, no higher high. We are in a really good accumulation zone. So if you want to take some money and park it and leave it, yes, because I think that money over the next 4, 5, 6 months, if Bitcoin does what we expect it to do, big ifs, this would be a really good time to just buy that. So that's not a trader buy, that's an investment buy. Let's move on to skip this one. I just want to look at this chart. So this is the one, Symbiosis. So I looked at this and I did a quick Gantt setup on this just to show you guys why I think that this one's going to start moving. So we're in free fall. But if I look at the time analysis and I look at where the fib levels are going to start kicking in and giving some support here, this chart was quite clean. What do I mean by clean? Well, when I draw out my TA and it adheres to the lines quite nicely, it means that the chart really responds well. So I'll rather trade this one than one that's messy and wicks through my trend lines and comes back and wicks through the sell areas and comes back. You know, you can be selective. You don't want to be negotiating with a crazy person to buy a vehicle if you can have a sane person to negotiate with. Simple as that. So if the coin is crazy, I'd rather just move my attention. So this one does seem to be adhering to, a little bit of common sense. So what do I want to do? Well, simple. There's the high, and we just made a higher high on the smaller time frame on the hourly. So if I really want to trade this aggressively, anything at around where it's at now, $2.15 would be a good momentum shift because we've got this fib circle that if it holds, it's going to start filling this gap at around $2.30, $2.50, and even push us up to that double top where a lot of supply might end at $2.80. So for me, this one does look good for another 33% while the market still figure itself out because this is a 1 hour chart. So I think that is basically the coins. Let me just make sure. Yeah, those are the coins that I looked at, and this is the aggressive buy. So aggressively, Verasity is going to be there, and my stop limit is going to be around $2. So which means small stop, small sum, have a little fun, trade a little bit aggressive on this one, and maybe we can walk away with 33% on this one. Okay, Lee, buddy, that's about me. I know I rambled through it, but we still have a few minutes, so maybe you can have a look at a coin from the audience. Is there anything you picked out that maybe stands out as something that you want to definitely do a TA or share your thoughts on?
BYR maybe? Can you chart this one?
Yes, I can do it. Let me bring my screen out. And guys, let's see if there's anything that you've guys got. I see there's AVAX, Mana, L Climber. There's a few ones. Okay, let's look at PYR. So for me, let's go back to the daily. We had the higher high. We came back. We had not a higher high on that level. So there the analysis failed. Like we said, sometimes these things do, right? That would be the key area where I would want to buy, but we don't have a high. So sure, it's a tough one, guys. I would imagine to do the following. I'd rather just say simplify things for yourself. Okay. If that is where momentum is, I would want to see us get above that momentum. And I would want to then say, okay, right, the new higher high that I would want to see PYR break is going to be sitting at $16.37. So go and break that, and then I'll come back to it. Just set an alert. Click on it, simple. Click on that little alarm there. You don't even actually need to write anything. I just do that, and I just say, well, that's it. You know, like last night, I had a couple of alerts triggered. It's not a buy. It just showed me that it's changed the momentum. So now I can remember to go and look at them again and start looking for the opportunity. So at this stage, PYR for me is setting up. Now, if you're aggressive, if you know what you're doing and you want to trade this aggressively, you can say, well, maybe I want to buy it where it's at right now, where the argument is that it needs to break out. That's an aggressive buy. What you can do is then do that with a stop limit hidden around below 11.48. But guys, this is an aggressive trade. So be honest with your own self inside and say, can I trade like that? Can I be aggressive like that? Will I be able to manage it? And will I be able to see whether the momentum, when the momentum runs out, to get out? Meaning if it breaks through that line, you think you're a genius now, and then all of a sudden it starts falling great, you know, and it becomes a fake out, because that's how these type of trades normally ruin you. So best tool that I want to just give you guys to arm you, if you want to take that route and have a little bit of fun, take the low to the high, slap your normal fib on it, and what do you see? Well, 23.6. So price can still probably fluctuate. I mean, the stop limit I actually gave you is still in harm's way. So let's make sure that you put your stop limit below that level. Widen your stop limit, because now you should put it in harm's way. It's just going to get hit. So put it below $11, roughly, maybe even if just below $11. So $10.89 or $10.98 or something like that. Because it can fluctuate within that range, which means you can sleep easy. And then if it breaks above it, you just keep on tracking it with your fib level till it gets the higher high, and then you can look for longer term buys. Anything else, Lee?
Nothing. I think I called PYR a few days ago, and let me see the talk. Yeah, it went to the short term. I think I'm sharing the chart.
Did any of you guys buy buy PYR on these?
If you bought that, if you have bought this, put your stop loss at break even. I mean, this move here is really weak. Yeah. I mean, we didn't make a higher high. We just wicked above this to make a higher high, and then that is on KuCoin. So come back to this zone, nice buying area. Now it's having a problem, and they're struggling to make a higher high again. So yeah, at least stop loss at break even. I mean, you don't want to give the money back when you have some here.
Okay. So if you're in gains, yeah, bank it in there. Remember, trading is not an exact science. You're going to have to almost say, I don't know what's going to happen next, which means then you would start treating it like playing any gambling game. So when there's a lot of money, you bank it, you know. That's how you compound growth your account. That's how you walk out of this as a winner. I see there's a comment for Sand, Metaverse, Sand. Guys, it's kind of the tricky thing, you know, no higher high just yet. We did make a higher low. RSI at this stage is just supporting it. So I think be careful there. Just be careful there. I wouldn't necessarily be moving money in there. It just came off. Let's say it just came off 1,000% run. It's like having the party of your life. Everybody in there now is hungover. Do you really want to start another party with them just now, or take them to a science fair and say, let's build and be smart about it? Those guys, you know, everything is going to be whack out there. So just leave it out for a little bit. Its time will come. Personally, that's just my thoughts. Let's see what else do we have in the chat over here. We've got.
I think we are running out of time, and
yeah, we are.
I just want to. Yeah, but today, I don't know. I don't feel really nice about BTC. I mean, look at 15 minutes time frame. We're making lower lows. I mean, everywhere. And then we have a start to, I mean, they try to push the price back down. And this move was really too fast. So for BTC to come back, I mean, I don't know, first stop 42, or even lower. 39, I wouldn't surprise it for even today, later maybe, or tomorrow. If we really don't manage to make a higher high, this is not looking nice.
Okay, so on that back, remember, guys, that just because we feel this way doesn't necessarily mean it plays out this way.
But basically, is it a buy right now on Bitcoin? No.
Not a buy, but the alt needs to maybe catch up. Remember, that's the argument that we want to see. So take some of those risks. You don't need to FOMO in and everything as well. Choose one that you really like as well. Because remember, fundamentals means you need to have a why. Why I'm buying this, to understand what is happening. Okay, Lee, I think that's that. Sadly enough, we couldn't see your face today. So hopefully tomorrow you have your camera fixed. Guys, we're going to be doing a little bit more of these alt TAs with you in the up and coming sessions. Reason being is we're in a situation where if you've got a good perspective of what's happening there, maybe if you want to move ship from one to the other, you do it responsibly and not impulsively. Remember, every time you change your mind mid-strategy or sell something somewhere else, you're adding additional risk onto your money again. So we want to act as little as possible. That's my goal in trading as well. And I want you guys to take it. So I think that's it. Guys, I really appreciate each and every one of you. Lee, maybe you can end it up for us, or else I'll just hit the outro button and we'll go.
Well, as usual, thank you for being here with us every single day. And if you like the content, hit the like, subscribe, and the bell button. Thank you.
Keep hustling.